Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 2 minutes, so I will pause the recording software for now, and I will be back as soon as I see a potential opportunity. All right, I have an order at 39 here for a call option. See if it wants to come down a bit more. Yes, I'm looking to do options here. If you don't know what options are, just comment below option guide, and I will link you to a free class I put together. Going to cancel that out. Go to 37.70 now. Called the big base of options, and totally free. It'll link you or walk you through the terminologies, how everything's working in there at, wow. So as I explained, I made $80 in the blink of an eye. Okay, I can't talk. I'll come back and explain it, but I got to keep my head on a swivel right now because this is some good action. Let's go 38.50. Just double checking. There we go. So if you look back, so right now you see this white order. That white order there means I've submitted an order to the market has not been filled. When it's been filled, it changes green. So if you were to scroll back and watch that first trade, threw out an order, it was white for a second, turned green. Then immediately threw out an order, and it was white for just less than a second and turned green, and that all made me $80. So like I said, if you scroll back, you'll see that I literally made $80 in less than 1 second. That may sound like a scam or like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. Just go back and, like I said, you'll see exactly what I mean. So I realize if you're unfamiliar with how my screen's working, then this is the order window. That's what you would want to pay attention to. As of now, I want to buy in at 38.50. So I'm watching that number over there, and I'd like to see that number drop down to 38.50. Technically speaking, a little bit below it, because when it goes below it, that means that I would have been able to buy a contract. And I should know, if any of this sounds confusing, that has nothing to do with options. I mean, that's the same with stocks. If I was trading a stock here, everything else would hold true too. But it just happens to be options. But again, options, can they be made complicated? Yes, they can, but that doesn't mean they actually are. You can approach them in more simplified ways, and that's how I approach them. So if that's how you like to approach things, more kind of straightforward, then I'm very confident you'll get some value out of that class. So like I said, just comment below option guide, and I will link you to it. But yeah, definitely a nice start to the day. Literally $80 in less than a second. Okay, gonna go for put here at 40.70. I tried and it would not fill me, so let's go down to 39.50 now. Okay, looking for a put at 39.50. So again, I'm watching that number right there. I want to see that drop down to 39.50 and then go slightly below. All right, I'll pause. All right, gonna adjust my order up now to 41. Now it's moving down. All right, cancel that out. Bummer. So right idea overall that this thing wanted to come back down, but that's why trading's hard, because just because you're right from a general sense doesn't mean you actually make any money from it, because you still got to get the finer tuned details figured out too. So I just had the entry point wrong and was a little too late on getting it thrown in there. All right, still interested in it. I'll pause. Have an order at 41.50 here. For a put. 41. Actually, it dropped even lower, so let's go to 40.70. There we go. No, that purple line's right there. So that's throwing off my stop loss and everything. Yeah, kind of a no man's land when I'm trying to put together. So yeah, I pretty much have to play it at least up around the white line now. Yeah, conflicting. There's multiple time frames here. I'm looking at more than what you see on my screen. So it makes a whole lot of good sense on the 2 minute, but right here on the 1 minute, things are just thrown off. Okay, let's go to 37.70 here. So I'm glad that I canceled that order out. That's why when you have conflicting time frames, just take a step back, because that would have been a losing trade. Let's see if this thing wants to push up a bit more here. All right, I'll pause. All right, gonna potentially try for, 39.50 here, looking for a put. All right, I'll pause. I'll keep a close eye on it. All right, let's try it again here at 39.50. Seems like 50 is a little bit sketchy, so I'm gonna now wait for that blue line up there. Which isn't that far off. Let me change strike prices. There we go. $41, 40.70. Okay, so 40.70. Let's see this thing push up some more. I'll pause. All right, going for a put here at 41. I don't know. Is that chasing? Feels like chasing. Moves down here. Why am I trying to get in right now? So yeah, I'm getting antsy. I'm getting a little frustrated. I started off $80 less than a second within like 2 minutes to start the day, and then nothing since then. And I just can't quite get filled. And I don't know if it's picking up in my voice or not, but I can definitely tell in my mind I'm getting frustrated and irritated. And that attempted purchase right there was kind of the leading indicator of a red flag where, all right, Clay, calm down, calm down. Granted, I would have been okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't filled anyways. But yeah, I got to be a bit careful here, although it is approaching the 50 period moving average on the 2 minute. So maybe we have a opportunity here for a call. But yeah, I need to be aware of that now. I'm definitely getting frustrated here. Started off so strong, and now nothing since then. Certainly is irritating. I have an order at 36.70 here for a call option. In there at 36.70. How I'm not getting out. I don't like that one bit. So out there for $30. Yeah, it was watching the level twos, didn't like it. There was a couple moves up where I was like, okay, I should be out now, and I was not getting out. So erring on the side of caution, and as of now, I'm good. I made the right choice. That could change if that goes to, let's say, 37.40, just to make sure, then I would have been okay. But as of now, Yeah, so I made the right choice there because that never went up, never went above 30 or never hit 37.40. Again, I realized I wanted out at 37.20, but just because, as you saw, 37.20 shows up doesn't mean that you get filled, because 37.20 showed up a few different instances and I never got filled, which is why I decided to just hop out. So yes, that was totally the right move there. Feel fantastic about that. There just wasn't something right. Hopped out for $30 instead, so went into loss control mode. And no, loss control mode does not mean that you always take a loss. Sometimes it means that you just get less than what you're originally going for. But yeah, of course, sometimes it does mean you take a loss, but not every time. So I like that blue line down there. So I am interested again in another call if it wants to come down some more, but yeah, I wouldn't be interested unless it comes down around this blue line. All right, so essentially a failed trade there, but again, as traders and with the right strategies and stuff, failed trades don't automatically mean losing trades. It just means maybe you didn't quite get as much as what you wanted. All right, gonna try for put here at 41.50. Got that at 41.50. Put. All right, I am in loss control mode once again. So $10 on that one. Just went up too high. Now in hindsight, maybe I'll be okay, but again, that's all hindsight. And yes, in hindsight, I would have been all right, because you can see here, this has gone up above, well, it was above 42. So right there, 42.20, yeah, I would have definitely been out at 42. But that is all hindsight. So yeah, what started off as such a smooth morning, as you see now, from smooth to bumpy. Maybe that'll be the name of this video, because that's how days go sometimes. Now, to be fair, sometimes things go from bumpy to smooth. That's happened too. But this is one of those mornings where things start off and you're feeling great. I'm feeling great. Well, I don't know if you're feeling great, but you in general are feeling great. And then it just turns into something like this where, yeah, it just went up too high and I had to go into loss control mode. Again, loss control mode, still put $10 in my pocket, which is not what I wanted, but do I try again? Now I'm starting to get gun shy. Because is this just one of these mornings where it's going to become very, very difficult? I'm like pulling teeth. All right, I'll pause, but I'm definitely almost 10:30, so almost an hour in. Do I just take the basically $110 for an hour and run? Maybe that would be the smart thing to do given the environment here, but I'm not going to quite make that commitment. Usually I like to be done by 11:30 at the very latest, put 2 hours in. But if I can be less than 2 hours, that's fine too. But all right, I'll pause. And then just to rub salt in the wounds, beautiful move. Totally rolled back over, but remember what I was saying earlier, just because you're right from a general sense doesn't mean that you necessarily are going to have a successful trade, because there's all those fine-tuned details that happen, within the context of a general statement. Like, oh, I think it's going to come up and come back down. Oh, look, it went up and it came back down. And I made $10 on that whole move. So, okay, wow, now this thing is quite the move all the way back to the downside. So maybe we get another potential trade here. Yeah, interesting move. All right, I'll pause. Have an order at 40.70 here for a put. Needs to come up just a bit more. No, this is getting, nah. Starting to get a little bit goofy right around this area. All right, I'll pause. Have an order at 36.70 here. In at 36.70 for a put. How am I not getting out at 37.20? So another just $30 on that one, and I am officially done for the day. This is way more difficult than it. And in hindsight, yeah, sure, I would have been okay, but way more difficult than it needs to be. Shot up more, and again, I was watching over here, and 37.20 kept showing up, and just would not fill. And I'm not gonna. Oh, brother. That's a good setup. That blue line right there. That is a good setup. It makes sense. And to be fair, all the bumpy ride has just been trades that I don't make as much money as what I would want. So fair point to you for like, why are you being such a drama queen? You're still making money. I hear you. That's more than valid. But it's still, this market has become very, very bumpy. And for those of you that have watched past videos, you have more context. Or I guess not necessarily that. You saw that first trade, the $80 was so smooth. So you have that context there. But, all right, I'll pause. I have an order at 39.70. And all right, I'm done. This is way too jumpy. Just saw something that getting too volatile, so I'm going to call it good. So hour and 15 minutes with commissions, let's call it 140. So not terrible, but just disappointing in the sense that things started off so well, so smooth, and then it went the way you saw it. So from smooth to bumpy, probably going to be the name of this, but that's how it goes sometimes as traders. So if you've ever felt like, did this feel easier just a couple of trades ago and now it feels more difficult? Yeah, that happens sometimes, and you just witnessed it here. And doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, doesn't mean your strategy's broken or anything like that. That's just the nature of the market. So just keep that in mind, is that the automatic conclusion should not be, I'm doing something wrong or my strategy's broken. Now, it could be that, don't get me wrong, but that's not the automatic conclusion. So that's all I have. If you enjoy these live trade videos, if you appreciate the transparency, I realize this video kind of like, this guy even know what I'm doing? I hear you, because it's looking like after the past 3 trades that nothing has really gone right. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, from smooth to bumpy. So if you appreciate these live trade videos, hit the like button, leave a comment below, let me know, have you ever had one of these smooth to bumpy days? That way, misery loves company. So all kidding aside, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and take care. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only 1 losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.